Let's get into some MMA. Now, I've done a couple boxing results videos already, but here we go in the capital of Canada, Ottawa, Ontario. We held two of the top lightweights in the world, Raging Al and Dad Cowboy 2.0. Let's start on the main card before we jump to the main event that we thought was going to deliver. That delivered. In the first fight, one of the ones I was most interested in, Marc-Andre Barriault, the former TKO middleweight champion. I've been doing a lot of research into TKO, watching a lot of their events, but he actually lost his debut in the UFC via decision to Andrew Sanchez, the product of TriStar MMA, outside in Montreal. Or Quebec, one of the two. At the announcement of the result, Quebec City. At the announcement of the result, the crowd gave their disapproval of the decision in favor of Marc, but that's mainly because Marc's probably Canadian and Andrew Sanchez was the American. But the crowd unknowingly was booing a TriStar product, which is also one of the best and most prominent Canadian gyms on planet Earth. So there's that. Then Walt Harris dispatched of Sergey Spivak in a fight that proved the UFC is the prime MMA organization on the planet. Spivak lost his undefeated record in only 50 seconds, and Harris improves to 12-7. Now that just shows you fight outside the UFC, you haven't proved anything. Then we go on to another 9-0 fighter falling to 9-1. Brad Katona fell to Matt Serra and Ray Longo prospect Merab Dvalishvili. If you can pronounce these names better than I can, good for you. You're a legend. But in a unanimous decision, Merab dominated from bell to bell. It was a pretty clear decision. Katona couldn't handle the wrestling. I don't know why Katona was initiating the clinch when Merab was one of the world champion judo artists, but Katona falls. It's a learning experience. Really young. We call him Super Katona, Canadian. It wasn't a great night for Canadians, and we'll get to the third Canadian that loses later on the card in the co-main event. But then in back-to-back decisions, we got Shane Burgos got a weird decision with two separate judges scoring the contest 30-27 in favor of different people. So Cub got a 30-27, Shane got a 30-27, but Burgos got the nod to my agreement in a split decision with the final judge reading off 29-28. Burgos is rather big for the division. I like Cub Swanson. He fought really tough, big punches. It was a close fight. A couple of my buddies thought Cub Swanson won. It was more power from Cub coming, but I thought Shane did enough. I thought he came out in the third round and pushed the pace, really proved himself in that fight. So Shane gets his win, 12-1 now, so that's a good record for the featherweight, and we'll see where he goes from there. A rather big featherweight. We're getting to that point in the featherweight division where the majority of these guys could fight at lightweight easily, but lightweight's so stacked. This is going to be a proving ground for a lot of these guys. Just like Max Holloway wins the title, Conor McGregor wins the title. They both move up to light heavyweight. Not light heavyweight, lightweight. So is that going to be a trend with these big guys? Probably. Then in the co-main event, we finally get to the co-main event. The third of three Canadians fall to their opponents in a unanimous decision. Derek Brunson got the unanimous decision over Elias Theodorou. Brunson brought the right game plan, bringing a great performance with wrestling and strong clinch work. Elias was taken down a couple times. He was easily passed into mount early in the fight. Elias is going to bounce back, still young to the game, still learning at 16-3. He won the Ultimate Fighter earlier, the nation's Canada versus Australia. He's coming. He's definitely coming. I'm interested in seeing where he goes, but Brunson, at 35 years of age, is looking probably to make one last run in the middleweight division. Maybe he'll get his rematch with Jacare Souza, with Souza coming off the loss, Brunson coming off a win. That might be a matchup that makes itself. So we'll see what happens from there. But finally, we get to the main event that we thought was going to delivered. Man, these two went to war in a great fight that lasted all 5 rounds. Now I'm going to fucking cut the script. We're just going to go off the good old dome. Cowboy, dominant. Cowboy is a bad mother. Wow. Surprised the shit out of me. I thought Al was one of the best in lightweight. I thought Al could beat any lightweight. And I still believe that. I still think Al could beat any lightweight on any given night. But Cowboy with the stand-up game. The front kick to the chin twice. And I think it was the third round. Brutal. He landed a stiff jab that rocked Al. He was the only one rocking. Even in Al's biggest shots, Al would throw a big shot. And then Cowboy would come back with a 3 or 4 piece combo. This was a mean performance from Cowboy and no slippage in the later rounds. I thought Al would have the advantage on the cardio department and in the aggression department. I thought he was more aggressive. He denied Cowboy's glove tap going in. I think it was into the third. But Cowboy just turned it on. Dad Cowboy. This Cowboy 2.0 is a scary mofo, man. And now he wants either the title or Conor. And I think they should give him Conor. They got to do Conor or you wait it out. I think that's the only options for Cowboy. What is he going to go down? Do you have Max Holloway in the top 5? Who else is really in the top 5 now that he could go against? Justin Gaethje might be a very interesting fight, but I don't know why Cowboy would accept that. They're going to probably push that on Cowboy. That would be an exciting fight with Cowboy coming back to lightweight. But I want to see Cowboy in that title fight picture as soon as possible. Fans love him. The story writes itself almost. Like, this is the guy that lost to RDA, had a child, came off, and started destroying guys. Dad Cowboy, 3-0 now in the UFC. This guy, he needs a title shot. You need to put him in the title picture. Most wins in UFC history. Final crack at the big one. This story writes itself. What are they doing? Get it on my paper. Get it on my pay-per-view. Give it to me so I can purchase it. Simple as that. This was a great card. UFC in Canada never disappoints. Canada's the GOAT. Canada just winning. That's what we always get good cards in Canada. So thank you guys so much for watching. That's the results of UFC Ottawa. Fuck off with these alarms. UFC Ottawa, that's the results video live from JFT Combat Sports Central. Thank you guys so much for watching. That's your boy signing off. Coming at you with more results videos all day long.